Mike, just what did it take for you guys to dig as deep as you did tonight to pull this one out?
I thought it took a lot of resiliency from our guys. There's a lot of moments there where, the game could have went the other way, or we could have let go, and guys weren't let the refs or big plays or anything kind of get in our way. We just kept moving forward, next play mentality, and just basically back against the wall. We had to be, more urgent and more desperate than we've ever been, and it showed tonight.
Mike, you were among the people that said Ant needs to play with kind of more force, needs to go to the basket, forget about the threes a little bit. When did you know that this was going to be a different type of game for him, that he was coming in with a different mindset?
You could tell after game 3, honestly, the way he was speaking in the locker room, things he was saying, the excitement to get to game 4, leading into the next day of practice, just very energetic, very live, which it could have been the complete opposite. You go down 0-3 and everybody's down and, depressed, but he's keeping energy alive, and you just knew he was going to be ready to go. And, thankfully he was, and him and Cat especially, and Rudy. All of them played really well for us down the stretch.
A lot of the times, Finch likes to put the ball in your hands at the end of the game. Tonight, it was Ant bringing the ball up. Given the fact that your late game execution, the previous 3 has been iffy, what do you think the rationale was for that, and why did it work so well?
We watched a lot of film on those last 3 or 4 minutes of those, game 1 through 3. And, we don't necessarily need to have the ball in my hand. I can be on the floor and kind of dictate where the ball goes and the plays that we get into. But we just need to get into good sets and the better sets. And I thought we did a really good job of finding a rhythm for Ant. He can bring the ball up and run the clock a little bit, but we can keep myself, Rudy, Cat in the actions with him. Something that's really simple, gives him easy reads to where he's not having to over dribble or over penetrate the paint and get in trouble. So I thought he did a really good job of from the film sessions, realizing where he can score and taking what they give him.
The absence of Lively do for the offense and maybe for Ant Cat just getting to the rim a little bit tonight?
Oh, it's no question. Lively's been awesome for them all series, all playoffs, and definitely, with him and Gafford, being able to sub in and out for each other, they keep that rim protection. They keep that ability to be athletic down there and make plays. And when you don't have that, and Gafford's not playing 48 minutes, there are spells where we can get downhill and get to the paint and try to finish and utilize that to our advantage. So definitely was. I'm sure he was missed for them tonight.
Like at one point, Finch was out to almost center court talking to the refs after double tech was called. Now, 11 games since the injury, have you seen the partnership that him and Micah have kind of worked out coaching in these last 2 rounds? How's it evolved and how's it working?
It's been seamless since day one. I think Coach is getting more and more comfortable with his knee now, and he's moving a lot more without crutches. And tonight he surprised us and was in the huddle, just sitting down and stuff. And I'm like, this is good to see him getting back at it. But Micah's been the same, all year, and same all playoffs, being vocal, being the coach that he is for us. And those 2 guys have really just done a great job of handling this situation that could be, disastrous, in other teams.
Mike, if I could take you back to before your presser even started with Kat and Ant, saying that you're their OG. I know you're the veteran on the team, or one of the veterans, but what's something that even the young players have been able to teach you this season?
Oh, man. They honestly have just taught me to just be grateful for the joy of this game, having fun. It's you play 17 years, you can go into this, cycle of, the same thing every day and get used to a certain, way of feeling. And they brought that excitement back, like I'm a, 15-year-old going to play out in the park or something. So every day it's something new. Every day they're teaching me something about, hip hop or TV shows or video games or something. So they're keeping me young, honestly, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Mike,
You expended so much energy tonight. It seems like you guys needed every minute of every part of that game to close that out. What makes you confident that you all can replicate that 3 more times?
Really, I think that we still haven't played our best basketball yet, as a group. I don't know how many. We had a bunch of turnovers, 14 of them, I think, tonight. 14 turnovers in any game is you can lose you a game, and we cut that down. We make free throws. Like, we have big nights from our guys. Like, we still have a lot of room to improve. So that's the exciting part about our situation. We just know that there's a lot more in the tank. We're a team that prides ourselves on not getting tired, being able to push through that adversity and push through being fatigued. So, hopefully we can, be ready to go game 5 and, just be able to play Wolves basketball.
You guys handled the Kyrie and Luka matchups differently in this game. How did you think Ant did on Luka and Jaden shift into Kyrie?
I thought they did a good job. Obviously, I think Kyrie and Luka they get to their spots and they either make or miss the shots sometimes. It has nothing to do with us and what we do, but I thought that they did a good job of just being physical, understanding tendencies, and overall not trying to get them, getting them on the free throw line and letting the game kind of slow down to that pace. And when we defend without fouling, I think we're a much better complete team as far as what we try to accomplish on a consistency level. And those two guys were definitely big for us in that matchup switch.
Mike, Karl took just 1 3 in that first half and 2 through 3 quarters. You had said, we got a lot of guys that can shoot threes. Was that the kind of style of play you guys were looking for?
Yeah. We need Karl's a unique player. Some games when he's missing the 3, you want him to play inside because he can. If he's inside and things aren't going well, you want him to space the floor because he can. He's that diverse in his skill set. But for him and our team, for him to be able to knock down the 3 and space that floor, it opens up the game for everybody else. It opens up the game for Ant. Myself as guards trying to get into the paint and make plays. And I think it gets him into a good rhythm, being able to pump fake and get guys off their feet and get downhill and finish over big guys and make plays himself because he's a pretty good passer when he gets downhill.
They were only shooting 36% in the first half, but that you guys were tied. What was the conversation like at halftime, really, to kind of get you guys to want a little bit more in the second half?
Honestly, at halftime is just whatever you got left in the tank, you got to find it. It wasn't necessarily about numbers or what we, were doing or what they were doing. It was like, man, we have to finish possessions. We have to be the first one to the loose ball. We have to box out. No more, second chance opportunities. Like all the hustle things, creating turnovers and getting out in transition. All those things got to be in our favor. And I thought in the second half we just did a better job of getting to those opportunities and allowing ourselves a chance to win.
Like, you guys had a lot of frustration with the refs throughout the game, and then your coach comes out of the second row and gets that tech, and then after that starts taking over the huddles and grabbing the board, and seemed to be a moment when his intensity came through. Did that have an impact on the group?
Yeah, it honestly does. Finchie he's our leader. He's the guy that's made this thing work from the beginning, and to have him be on the sideline but behind the bench for the majority of these playoffs, you forget the impact you can have when your coach is up, getting technicals and yelling, and when you see him hobbling around to do it, it's impressive, and that's. It lit a fire on all of us. Obviously we're all kind of frustrated at whatever call it was and what wasn't called, but he's not gonna let it go. He's gonna keep in their ear and just make sure that they know that we're not backing down.
It's been a while now that he's been trying to navigate this unique setup. Is he still, over the course of the playoffs, been able to have his voice the way it was before?
Yeah, his voice hasn't changed. I think it's just, mid-game it can be a little bit different because he's so far away sometimes it feels. You can't really hear him as well. You're used to him being where Micah is, like right there on the – right where I took his knee out, kind of right there on the I know. My bad. But, right there on the scores table. But yeah, no, he's still had the same effect, with his voice and his ability to touch our guys as far as getting guys in the right spots or different plays he wants to have at a certain time.
Thanks, Mike.